The conquest of Tunis in 1535 was an attack on Tunis, then under the control of the Ottoman Empire, by the Habsburg Empire of Charles V and its allies. Background: in 1533, Suleiman the Magnificent ordered Hayreddin Barbarossa, whom he had summoned from Algiers, to build a large war fleet in the arsenal of Constantinople. Altogether 70 galleys were built during the winter of 1533 to 1534, manned by slave oarsmen, including 2,000 Jewish ones. With this fleet, Barbarossa conducted aggressive raids along the coast of Italy, until he conquered Tunis on 16 August 1534, ousting the local ruler, theretofore subservient to the Spanish, Muley Hassan. Barbarossa thus established a strong naval base in Tunis, which could be used for raids in the region, and on nearby Malta. Charles V, one of the most powerful men in Europe at the time, assembled a large army of some 30,000 soldiers, 74 galleys, 300 sailing ships, the Santa Ana and Portuguese galleon São João Baptista, also known as Botafogo, and the most powerful ship in the world at the time, with 366 bronze cannons to drive the Ottomans from the region. The expense involved for Charles V was considerable, and at 1 million ducats was on par with the cost of Charles's campaign against Suleiman on the Danube. Unexpectedly, the funding of the conquest of Tunis came from the galleons sailing in from the New World, in the form of a 2 million gold ducats treasure extracted by Francisco Pizarro in exchange for his releasing of the Inca king Atahualpa. Despite her request by Charles V, Francis I denied French support to the expedition, explaining that he was under a 3-year truce with Barbarossa following the 1533 Ottoman embassy to France. Francis I only agreed to Pope Paul III's request that no fight between Christians occur during the time of the expedition. Battle. On 1 June 1535, protected by a Genoese fleet, Charles V destroyed Barbarossa's fleet and, after a costly yet successful siege at La Goleta, captured Tunis. In the ruins, the Spanish found cannonballs with the French fleur-de-lis mark, evidence of the contact stemming from the Franco-Ottoman alliance. The resulting massacre of the city left an estimated 30,000 dead. Barbarossa managed to flee to Algiers with a troop of several thousand Turks. Muley Hassan was restored to his throne. The stench of the corpses was such that Charles V soon left Tunis and moved his camp to raids. The siege demonstrated the power projection of the Habsburg dynasties at the time. Charles V had under his control much of southern Italy, Sicily, Spain, the Americas, Austria, the Netherlands and lands in Germany. Furthermore, he was Holy Roman Emperor and had de jure control over much of Germany as well. Ottoman defeat in Tunis motivated the Ottoman Empire to enter into a formal alliance with France against the Habsburg Empire. Ambassador John de la Forêt was sent to Constantinople, and for the first time was able to become permanent ambassador at the Ottoman court to negotiate treaties. Charles V celebrated a neoclassical triumph over the infidel at Rome on April 5, 1536 in commemoration of his victory at Tunis. Aftermath. Barbarossa managed to escape to the harbour of Beaune, where a fleet was waiting for him. From there, he sailed to accomplish the sack of Marne, where he took 6,000 slaves and brought them to Algiers. The Ottomans responded by recapturing the city in 1574. However, the Ottoman governors of Tunis were semi-autonomous beys who acted as privateers against Christian shipping. Consequently, raiding in the Mediterranean continued until the French subjugated the region as a protectorate 3 centuries later in 1830 with an invasion, leading to the creation of French Algeria, and the establishment of a protectorate over Tunisia in 1881. Gallery. Bombardment of La Goleta. Attack at La Goleta. Battle scene at Tunis, 1535. Liberation of 20,000 Christian captives. Charles V going to raids. Charles V announcing the capture of Tunis to Pope Paul III in 1535. Imperial troops in the Conquest of Tunis, 1535. Jan Cornelisz Vermeyen. Ottoman troops in the Conquest of Tunis, 1535.